Hey guys, it's Taylor. This is my third video from Costa Rica. I've been trying to do it for about 4 or 5 days now. The internet's been down, or I've been too tired, busy to do it with the team here. So I'm finally able to sit down and do it. It's Sunday morning before church, so I'm fixing to head off in about 30 minutes. So I guess I'll just tell you real quick what's been going on. 2 weeks ago, I got to go on vacation with the Folk family. It was their first vacation since they've been down here. So that was really cool. We went to Hako Beach and Arnold Volcano. We stayed at the Vista Pacifica Hotel at Hako Beach. There was about 7 to 8 foot waves on average, so that was really cool. Me and Jacob went fishing the second day I was there, and I had a little accident. We were fishing off of a bridge, and I was the first one to walk off onto the bridge, and boards on the bridge weren't nailed down, so one of the boards fell through, and I fell in the water, and it hit me on the head. So I lost part of my memory, and had a big knot, and my neck was sore for a couple of days, but I'm okay now. I just don't remember anything. So we also had two scarlet macaws fly around our hotel the first day we were there, and that's the classic red parrot you think of in the movies and stuff. So that was really neat. There's a lightning storm almost every night there, and one time me and Benjamin were downstairs playing on the computer, and lightning struck about 20 yards away from our door of our hotel room, which was open, so we heard it. And I got shocked through my thumb somehow, and Jacob fell out of the bed upstairs, and it sounded like a jet coming by the hotel. It was that loud, so that was really cool. We traveled to another beach. I'm not sure what that beach was, but it had a mermaid statue. It was like ancient. It was probably, I'd say, at least 400, 500 years old. Not sure what it was there for, but it's really cool. It's gorgeous. So I've got some pictures on Instagram or Facebook, and that was a beach that also had a lot of shells. So I got to get some pretty shells, and I want to bring them back home. And so that was that beach. And then we also went to Manuel Antonio for a day, which is kind of like the National Reserve Park there. It's a rainforest, so it's got all the animals and just gorgeous beaches. It's about I guess it's about a mile hike in to the beach, and while hiking in, we got to see two toucans, a howler monkey, a deer, like a doe. We got about 10 feet from the doe, so that was pretty cool. We also, we had a 4.5 foot to 5 foot long snake fall up a tree, and right in front of Benjamin. And I tried to get it, and thankfully I wasn't able to get it because the snake was poisonous, and I didn't even think about that. So it was kind of crazy. There were lizards everywhere. Poisonous lizards and then iguanas. So that was also a neat thing. And then down at the beach, there were, just probably 50 or 60 capuchin monkeys. Those are little white-faced monkeys in the movie Night at the Museum. And those were really cool and funny because they would get on the beach and take people's stuff from their bags and just run off and jump in a tree where they couldn't get it. So I thought that was pretty funny. After the Manuel Antonio Beach, we went to a restaurant called El Avion. It's an old U.S. military cargo plane from World War II. That was pretty cool because I got to sit up in the pilot seat and take some pictures, and the food was unbelievable. So glad we got to go there. So I guess, that's it for Hako Beach. And we went to Arnold Volcano and stayed at a real neat place. It had some hot springs there that were naturally hot from the volcano, so that was neat. Had 3 slides there, and just the hotel was just gorgeous. And got access to the volcano the first night we were there. We only stayed for one night, but it was cool because Arnold volcano is the typical volcano. It's triangle and it's got the hole at the top, and it even had like the ring of clouds around it where you could still see the top and still see the bottom. So that was neat. Um, Also at Arnold Volcano, we were swimming in one of the hot springs, and Lizzie pointed out a snake in a tree, and I went and tried to pick it up, and it started moving. So I got a stick, and it wrapped around the stick and started coming towards my hand. So I dropped it, got off the stick, and perched up, and it was a pit viper. So I was messing around with the pit viper. So that was pretty neat. It was about maybe 2 feet long. Pretty stupid, but it's also pretty cool. But I guess that's it for vacation. I'll tell you what's been going on the side of the volcano. um, me and Jacob's been having a Bible study with Raul and Ida Luce and Lower Surprises, and it's really cool because since we've been having that Bible study there, God has just blessed Raul with work, so just to help support his family. And before Raul was having a hard time to support his family, so his oldest son Alexis had to drop out of school early and go work in the fields to help pay the bills. But since Raul has been believing, or since Raul and Annalise have been believing, Alexis has been able to go back to school. So praise God for that. And then also we've been praying for Raul because he's been falling back into his old habits of drinking. But he actually got saved the other day, so that was pretty just amazing, really. So just praise God for that. We also have a Bible study in Santa Rosa every Tuesday, and we've got about 7 or 8 Ticos coming regularly. And there's this one guy named Alejandro. He was leading a Bible study on his own, and kind of fell through. Me and Jacob didn't know about it, but he started coming to ours. But he's a really cool guy. He's the only Christian in his family, and the rest of his family is Catholic. And there's a neat story. I guess not neat. It's kind of sad, but his dad committed suicide last week, and he swallowed some poison. And me and Jacob went over to Alejandro's house for like the visitation, and we went inside, and all of his family was just like crying, and they pretty much lost all control because I guess they didn't know that. I guess they knew that they wouldn't see him again. But we talked to Alejandro afterwards. It was really cool because he was the only, like he had like a calm over him. He's really tranquilo. He just had a peace in the storm. We talked to him, and he said the only reason he was like that is because God fortified him. So just pray that God continues to strengthen Alejandro and his family, and just pray that Alejandro uses this in his testimony to witness to his family and to others. So yeah. Okay, there's another cool story. In 1 Samuel 5, it talks about an idol named Dagon. And this idol, they had put it beside the Ark of the Covenant, I believe. And came back one day and its hands were missing. And it came back another day and its head was missing. And I came back the other day and it had fallen over. And it's really cool because Jacob knows this, or Jacob actually teaches a Bible study in Oratorio. And at this Bible study, this lady's sister was a Catholic missionary in Nicaragua. And she had a statue of the El Divino Niño, which is the divine child, is idol of Jesus as a baby. They really just got healing powers for kids. But she was sitting in the house one day, and I guess she left to do something and came back, and the statue had been broken, like not broken, it had been like the hands looked like it had been cut off, like it was a nice clean cut, so it couldn't have fallen over or something because that would have shattered. And she came back the next day and the legs were cut off, and then came back the next day and the arms were cut off. Came back the next day and the head was cut off, and she actually threw the statue away and said that she didn't want it in her house anymore. And she's actually a missionary for God now. So just God uses miracles to do what He wants. So that was pretty cool. Just the relation between that and 1 Samuel 5. So I guess since the team from Mount Airy has been here, we've had almost 30 salvations. We had 3 salvations 3 days ago in Cristo Rey, which is a Nicaraguan village. Maria, Catarina, and Susanna. Those were the salvations then. And then we had 3 salvations also 2 days ago, and one of those was Raul, who I mentioned earlier. So just praise God for that. We played a soccer game that day also, where 2 kids got saved. We actually lost, but it was close. I think we ended up being like 9-7, so that's not too bad. But we had 2 salvations, so it doesn't matter. Okay, Enrique who is one of Jacob and I's friends. We have a Bible study at his house. His son Juan works on a plantation um, where he helps harvest helechos, which is the leathery fern leaf you see in the flower bouquets back home. And but just pray for him. He actually he hurt his back one day while he was working. He fractured one of his vertebrae near his belt line, like his waistline, on his spine. So he's not able to work. So we took him some food and stuff to help him and his wife Maria out. He's 24, so he's a little bit too young to be having this. It just kind of shows you what the working conditions are here. So just pray for Juan, and he'll have a quick healing period, and just he can go back to work. And, yeah, it's really cool because Juan's also a leader in the Bible study. He helps teach the Bible study at Roll and Adelise's house, and he's really in depth with the word. He knows what he's doing, so that's good. We had 5 salvations. We had 22 salvations 2 days ago. We showed the movie Facing the Giants at night. We had 11 salvations then. We had 5 salvations that day when we were kind of handing out invitations to the movie. And we played baseball after that. We had 6 salvations when we played baseball. So that was awesome. And then we actually went to this lady's house who tried to commit suicide after the movie, and she actually accepted Christ also. But just pray for that lady. She's fighting depression, and she's got a court hearing because if you commit suicide here, it's like you're committing murder. So if you attempt to commit suicide, it's attempted murder. And she did it in front of her kids, so she had a court hearing, and the kids might get taken away from her. So just pray that God works in her life and changes her, and everybody can see the change in her and the fruits of the Spirit. So she doesn't get her kids taken away because I think she really will try to commit suicide if that happens. But I guess that's it. Nothing else has really been happening. Heading off to church here in maybe 15 minutes. So I guess I will see y'all later. Shout out to Jonathan Fernandez. Love you, buddy, and I'll see you in a week and a half. Later.